Good evening, everyone. This is Sarah in Japan, and welcome back to another biblical read along. Today, I will be reading out of Psalm 25, continuing on in our series, Lessons from King David, a man after God's own heart. Okay, so today we will be reading this Psalm 25. It's a prayer of distress, okay, because David is feeling depressed. He's always being harassed by his enemies, and he had many. And this psalm, in this psalm, he cries out to the Lord, in such a humble way, and the petitions he makes are the heart cry of many people, of many of us today. Okay, so verse 1: Unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul. O my God, I trust in thee. That's the first thing that you should notice in verse 2, that he trusts the Lord in the good times and the bad. See, many people, when they go to the Lord, usually they'll go to their friend first, their girlfriend first, or their mom, or friends at work, or they'll even get on the internet to seek an answer for their predicament, for the problem, instead of seeking the Lord first. And a lot of times that's because they want the answer that they want and not necessarily the answer that they know God is going to give. See, they know that God is not going to give an easy answer for some things that they want. Okay? And it's human nature to want to take the easy way out of things. Okay? It's human nature to be selfish and want the green light to do what we want to do. See, we don't want to do things. Many people, when they're walking in the flesh, these are Christians, they're walking not with the Lord, but they're walking in the flesh, but they still claim to be Christians. So this is the first thing that's the difference here. It's very it's a marked distinction here, is that David puts his trust in the Lord at all times. Okay. So let me not be ashamed. Let not mine enemies triumph over me. Yea, let none that wait on thee be ashamed. Let them be ashamed which transgress without cause. Show me thy ways. See? He asks for the Lord to show him his ways. See, a lot of people, when they petition the Lord, they say, Lord, I need you to do this thing for me so that this will happen, blah, blah, blah. And they ask, when they do ask the Lord, they ask their problems to be solved in their way, according to their will, instead of God's will. But David is different. He says, show me thy ways, O Lord, teach me thy paths. Lead me in thy truth, and teach me. Lead me in thy truth, not my truth, thy truth. And teach me, for thou art the God of my salvation. I don't know why we always run around to everybody else. Why all these Christians run around to everybody else first instead of the Lord. Only the Lord is our Savior. No one else can save us, and no one else loves our soul more than Jesus does. So why run around to everybody else first? You should always seek the Lord first. Okay? So, on thee do I wait all the day. Verse 6. Remember, O Lord, thy tender mercies and thy loving kindnesses, for they have been ever of old. Remember not the sins of my youth, nor my transgressions. According to thy mercy, remember thou from me for thy goodness' sake, O Lord. Good and upright is the Lord, therefore will he teach sinners in the way. You see, he will teach sinners. He will show mercy and teach the sinners which way to go. Okay? He won't just leave them clueless and hanging there, and he won't let them just drown in their sins. He will show a way. He will speak to us. But we got to be willing to listen. Okay? So, remember not the sins of my youth, okay, nor my transgressions. According to thy mercy, remember thou me for thy goodness' sake, O Lord. Good and upright is the Lord. Therefore he will teach sinners in the way. The meek he will guide in judgment. Did you catch this? The meek he will guide in judgment. And the meek will he teach his ways. See, I don't know about you, but not only am I a mother of 2 children, I'm also a school teacher. And I've been teaching for almost 18 years. And I tell you, it's almost impossible to teach a child who will not humble themselves to listen to you. Okay? When they think that they know more than you and they don't want to listen. that kind of child is very difficult to reach, okay? If they've got their own, if their will is very, very strong and they've got their own way that they're going to do things, if they're not willing to listen to you, a child that is not willing to listen to you is difficult to teach, okay? First, the biggest, that child, whoever that child is, their biggest obstacle in learning anything at all is their attitude. It's their pride. And that's the same with many Christians. Okay? We can be our own worst enemy. And it's because of our pride. Most people do not want to listen to the Lord. Okay? There's too much pride. I don't know, maybe it's all these years of teaching self-esteem. Where in the Bible does it say, have good self-esteem? Where does it say that? It says, humble yourself, deny yourself. We're supposed to give glory to the Lord, not to ourselves. Okay? We're supposed to esteem Him, not ourselves. Okay? So, when we put ourselves on the throne of our life, we can't learn anything from God. We need to make sure that God is in His rightful spot, His rightful place, on the throne of our lives, in order to be led by Him. Okay? So if we have pride, He will not teach us. He says that He will teach the weak. Okay? The weak will He guide in judgment, and the meek, sorry. I'm having a hard time talking tonight. I have a little bit of a cold. Sorry. But the meek will He guide in judgment, and the meek will He teach His way. All the paths of the Lord are mercy and truth unto such as keep His covenant and His testimonies. Did you hear that? To those who keep His covenant and His testimonies. All the paths of the Lord are mercy and truth. Truth is a very important, part of our walk. We have to want the truth, not truth according to what we want, but truth according to what His truth is, okay? And His truth is the only truth, okay? So, and we have to, unto such as keep His covenant. And this is only to those who obey His commandments. All right? All right. For Thy name's sake, O Lord, pardon mine iniquity, for it is great. See, David acknowledges his shortcomings here. What man is he that feareth the Lord? Him shall He teach in the way that he shall choose. His soul shall dwell at ease, and his seed shall inherit the earth. The secret of the Lord is with them that fear Him. The secret of the Lord is with them that fear Him. Okay? And He shall show them in His covenant. Right. Mine eyes are ever towards the Lord, for He shall pluck my feet out of the net. Turn thee unto me, and have mercy upon me, for I am desolate and afflicted. Okay? The troubles of my heart are enlarged. O bring thou me out of my distresses. Look upon my affliction and my pain, and forgive all my sins. Yes, for forgiveness. That's another thing that we need to do. We need to be humble. When we go to the Lord with our petitions, if we're having problems, we need to acknowledge our part in the problems. Whether it's a fight with your spouse, Lord, I need you to help me with him. He's so stubborn. He's so selfish. He's so this. He's so that. But we don't want to acknowledge our own shortcomings a lot of the times, And I don't know. I have an unsaved husband. I wasn't saved when I got married, and so I'm unevenly yoked. Okay, I didn't start off unevenly yoked. We were evenly yoked as unbelievers, but now that I'm the Lord's, I belong to the Lord. Now we're unevenly yoked, and there's lots of problems because of it. So there's a lot of times I go to the Lord frustrated and upset, but I also have to acknowledge too when I've been impatient, when I've had unrighteous anger, whatever I'm struggling with whether it be pride or whatever, I have to humble myself too. And if I've had something, to do, if I've said something I shouldn't have said, if I was disrespectful or whatever, I have to humble myself and acknowledge my sins and ask for forgiveness. Okay, if I want, the Lord to truly speak to me, I need to be humble, and that's something that I continue to learn. Okay, and it's important. It's not easy. Walking with someone who's not saved. It's really difficult, and it can really try your patience. So we need to go to the Lord. There's many of us, I know, that are in the same situation, whether it be a husband, a parent, a child, and we need to walk with the Lord daily and pray with Him daily over our loved ones, okay? So, going on. So mine eyes, where was I? Look upon my affliction and my pain, and forgive all my sins. Verse 19. Consider mine enemies, for they are many, and they hate me with cruel hatred. O keep my soul and deliver me. Let me not be ashamed, for I put my trust in thee. See again, he puts his trust in the Lord. Let integrity and uprightness preserve me, for I wait on thee. Redeem Israel, O God, out of all his troubles. and this concludes today's read along, because obviously my throat is too scratchy to go on. But I really wanted to share this psalm with you today, and I really want to keep up with these read-alongs. Okay? So with that, I bless you in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. I'm out. Goodbye.